Hi everyone, welcome to Easy Math. In this video, we'll do class 8. That is, the topic is square numbers, squares and square root of numbers, exercise 1.4. We are going to continue with some question number 4. So let us read the question first. Examine if each of the following is a perfect square. What do you mean by perfect square? What a perfect square? Do you remember? The perfect squares are obtained by multiplying a number by itself, like 1 ones are 1, then 2 twos are 4, 3 threes are 9, 4 fours are 16, 5 fives are 25. All these are perfect squares. So now we have to check whether 725, each of these numbers are perfect squares or not. So before we go into the problem, let us just recall what is a prime factorization. It is a prime factorization is when you are given a number, we should divide it by the only prime numbers. What are prime numbers? They are divisible by only 1 and itself. And tell me the prime numbers from 1. 1 is neither prime nor composite. That it's not a prime number, not a composite number also. And prime number starts from 2. 2 comes only in 2 tables. We don't get 2 in any of the other tables. It comes in only 2 tables and 1 table. So they are 2, 3, and what is the next? 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. All these numbers are divisible only by 1 and itself. For example, you take a number 17. Which table 17 comes? Can you just make out? Is it there in 2 tables? 17, number 17, 3 tables, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it doesn't come in any of the tables. It is there only in 1 tables and 17 tables. So such numbers are only prime numbers. Now prime factorization means you have to divide a number only by the prime numbers. So for all this we have studied in the junior classes, just we are recalling now. Now what I'm just giving you 3 hints to remember when we are finding the prime factors, how to start dividing a number. First you check whether the given number is even or odd. If it is an even number, you divide the number by 2 because we know all the even numbers are divisible by 2. What are even numbers before that? Yes, numbers ending with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are even numbers. And numbers ending with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are odd numbers. Can you divide an odd number by 2? For example, you take 5. It is an odd number. Is it there in 2 tables? No. So then you take 8. It is an even number. Is it there in 2 tables? Yes, 2 fours are 8. So that is the meaning of divisible by 2. All the even numbers are divisible by 2. So once you get an even number, you divide by 2. Because all the even numbers are divisible by 2 and 2 is a prime number. You have to divide. Prime factorization means you have to divide that number by 2 only prime numbers. And 2 is a prime number, we can divide by it. Suppose the given number is an odd number. Then first you have to check whether the number is divisible by 3. If it is divisible by 3, we will divide by 3. If it is not there in 3 tables, then the next odd number we check by 7. Of course, there is 5. I'll come to that point next. If it is not divisible by 3, we check by 7 tables. If it is not divisible by 7, the next prime number we have to check by 11. Then the next prime number 13. If not, then the next prime number 17, 19. It goes on and on. Once you start doing the sums, you will understand this better. Okay. Now, if you get a number ending with 0 or 5, then it is very easy. You divide by 5. We know all the numbers ending with 0 and 5 are divisible by 5. That is these are the divisibility rules we are applying, which you have studied before. Okay, you just tell 5 tables, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the 5 tables, the multiples of 5 are ending with 0 or 5. That is why when you get a number ending means the ones digit, like this 725, this is the ending number. The ones digit is 0 or 5, then we divide by 5. Okay, now in the question number 4, the first one is 725. We have to check whether it's a perfect square or not. For that, what do we do? First, you find the prime factors. Then at the end of it, I'll tell you what to do. First, you find the prime factors of it. Now, it is a number ending with 5. So, if it ends with 0 or 5, we should divide by 5. So, ending with 5, we should divide by 5. This division is nothing but the shortcut division of this original division, normal division. Okay, this is a short method of this. Now what do? Take the first number 7. Till 7 comes, you should tell 5 tables. What is it? 5 ones are 5 and 7 minus 5 is 2. So in this what we do? 5 ones are 5. The quotient we write here. 5 ones are 5. After 5, instead of writing and subtracting, we do that subtraction in our mind. 5 ones are 5. After 5, you count till 7. After 5, 6 and 7. So what is the remainder? 2. That 2 we carry with the next number. So it becomes 22. In normal division, what we do? 7 minus 5. Then we bring down this. It becomes 22. So all this we do it in short way here. 22. Now till 22 comes, you tell 5 tables. Yes, 5 fours are 20. So which is the quotient? This 4 is the quotient. Only that 4 we have to write here. 5 fours are 20. After this 20, you count till 22. After 20, 21, 22. What is the remainder? 2. What will you do with the 2? Carry with the next number 25. So till 25 comes 5 tables. Yes, it is 5 fives are 25. So what is the quotient? This middle number is the quotient. 5 fives are 25 and the same 25, no remainder. Division is over. Okay, now continue. Continue the division till you get a prime number. Again the number is ending with 5. So you will divide by 5. Take first number 1 is less than 5. We cannot divide. So take 14. Till 14 comes 5 tables. 5 ones are 5. 5 twos are 10. 5 threes are 15, which is more than 14. So less than 14 is 10. And what is the quotient? Is 2. So what do we write? Write 2. 5 twos are 10. After this 10, you count till 14. 11, 12, 13, 14. So what is the remainder? 4. What to do with that 4? Carry with the next number. It becomes 45. Until 45 comes 5 tables. Yes, if you tell 5 tables, it is 5 nines are 45. 5 nines are 45. Now what is this 29? Here only you should be thorough with the prime numbers between 1 and 100 at least. 29 is a prime number. You can check for yourself. It doesn't come in any of the table. Just check, is it there in 3 tables? 4 tables? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, anything? No, it is not in any of the tables. It's a prime number. Once you get a prime number, what can we do? Just stop the sum. It is enough. It is not divisible by any other number. It is divisible only by itself. Okay, so now what is it? 720 now. 25 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5 into 29. 5 into 5 into 29. These are the prime factors of 725. And when you multiply all these 3 numbers, you will get the 725. That is how we check our division, whether we have divided correctly. And now the question is, we have to check whether it is a perfect square. What to do for that? Perfect square means when you multiply 2 same numbers, you have to get it. So what we have to check is, in the prime factors, you check whether we have for any 2, you must have 2 same factors. 5 into 5 it is there. 2 same factors. Even number of same factors. 5 into 5. But 29, do you have another 29? To multiply with 29, to make it a square number, we need one more 29. But only one 29 is there. There is no other 29 to make it a perfect square. So this 725 is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square number. Otherwise, it is not a perfect square. Because we should have same factors, even number of same factors. That means 2 times, 4 times, 6 times. The same number we should have. For every, you should be able to group 2 same factors. 5 and 5 we are able to group. For 29, there is only one 29. Therefore, it is not a perfect square. Got it? So, first find the prime factors and check whether you have 2 same factors. For every factor, you should have the same factor to group them into 2s. Okay, shall we move on to second one of the fourth sum? And second one is 190. So just now I said, if a number ends with 0 or 5, divide by 5. So it is ending with 0. We'll divide by 5 again. Come on, take the first number. 1 is not divisible by 5. Take 19. Till 19 comes 5 tables. Yes, tell. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20. 20 is more than 19. So how many times? 3 times. And it is 15. But we have 19. After 15, count till this 19. After 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What is the remainder? 4. What to do with this 4? Take it to the next number and this becomes 40. So till 40 comes 5 tables. Yes, 5 eights are 40. Now what is this 38? Ending with 8 is an even number. So we should divide 38 by, if it is an even number, what is the factorization rule? The point, if it is an even number, divide by 2. We should divide by 2. So divide by 2. Take the first number 3. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are, it will become 4, but we have only 3. So it goes only one time. 2 ones are 2. After this 2, count till this 3. After 2, 3. What is the remainder? 1. What to do with this 1? Carry with 8. So it becomes 18. So 18, 2 tables, 2 nines are 18. Now what is this 19? Yes, it is a prime number. We cannot divide 19 by any other table. It is divisible only by 1 and 19. It's a prime number, so stop this division. Therefore, 190, the given number, is equal to 5 into 2 into 19. 5 into 2 into 19. So just check, do you have two same factors? There is only one 5, there is only one 2, there is only one 19. We don't have two factors of the same kind. So we cannot group them into 2's. So is it a perfect square? Can you call it as a perfect square? No. So 190 is not a perfect. And the third one is 841. Okay. Now we'll take. What is 841? Ending with 1 is an odd number. Ending with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are odd numbers. So if it is an odd number, we should check by 3 tables. If it is not divisible, then 7, 11, 13. We should go on, check it by all the prime numbers. So what is the divisibility rule for 3? First, we'll check by 3 tables. That you have to add the digits, that is 8 plus 4 plus 1. Add them. 841 means 8 plus 4 plus 1. What is 8 plus 4? 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Add them once again. Till you get a 1-digit number, go on adding the digits. 8 plus 4, 3 digits have become 2 digits after adding. Then those 2 digits you add, it will become 1 digit. Now check whether this 4 is there in 3 tables. Or do you have 4 in 3 tables? 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So 4 is not divisible by 3. Therefore, 841 is also not divisible by 3. That is, we cannot divide this number by 3. What do you mean by not divisible? That is, if you divide by 3, your remainder will not become 0. Divisible means when you divide by 3, the remainder should become 0. Then only it is divisible. But now 841, if we divide by 3, the remainder will not become 0. So we cannot divide by 3. And which is the next prime number? 7. We have to check by 7 tables. For that, what we have to do? You have to just divide 841 by 7 and check whether you're getting remainder 0 or not. Shall we? Yes, 7 ones are 7, remainder 1, bring down the next number 14, 7 twos are 14, and remainder 0, bring down the next number 1. Can you divide 1 by 7? No. So what do? Add 0 in the quotient. This 1 is the remainder. Is the remainder 0? No, the remainder is not 0. So 841 is not divisible by 7. Okay, it is not divisible by 3. If it is not divisible by 7, then which is the next prime number? Yes, it is 11, 841. For 11 also we have divisibility rule. What is it? You add the alternate digits, 8 plus 1. Leave 1 digit and add. 8 plus 1 is 9. Then this number 4. Subtract those two numbers. 9 minus 4 is 5. Is this 5 come in 11 tables? No. So 841 is also not divisible by 11. This is the easy way to check by 11 tables. Suppose if you don't remember the rule, what do? You divide by 11. As we divided by 7, you divide by 11 and see whether you are getting remainder 0 or not. But as I told you, you must be thorough with all this simple basic, and that is the easy way of doing the sums. They are called divisibility rules. Instead of dividing, this checking is easy. You should divide the alternate means leaving one number in between 8 and leave this 4 and next number. 8 plus 1 is 9. 4. Suppose if we have one more number, then we will add 4. Suppose if we have 7, 8, 3, 9. We'll add 7 and 3, then 8 and 9 like this. This is called adding alternate digits. And after adding them, you subtract those two answers. Then that answer should be there in 11 tables. Then the given number is divisible by 11. So it's not divisible by 11. Then you check by 13, 17. If you go on checking like that, divide by 17, divide 841 by 17 and check. See whether the remainder is 0 or not. Then after 17, 19, 23, if you go on checking like this, finally you will find this 841 is divisible by 29 only. It is divisible by the prime number 29. See, I have divided here by 29. We'll check. 841 divided by 29. One by one, if you check, it is divisible by 29. See, 29 in 84, it goes 2 times. The answer is 58. 2 into 29 is 58. When you subtract, we'll get what is 14 minus 8 is. So, borrow and subtract. 14 minus 8 is 6 and 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down the next number 1. In 261, 29 into 9 gives you 261. So it goes 9 times. It is 261. Your answer becomes 0. So when the remainder becomes 0, it is divisible by 29. So 841 is divisible by only 29. So 29 into how many times? 29. 29 into 29 is 841 and it is a prime number. We can stop the division. So you write it. Therefore, 841 is equal to 29 into 29. Now tell me children, is it a square number? 841? Yes or no? Yes. How did you find? Because a number is multiplied by itself and 841 is obtained. So far it has two same factors. A number is multiplied by itself, 29 into 29. So 841 is square of 29 and square root of 841 is 29. Therefore, 841 is what number? 841 is a perfect square because 29 into 29 is 841. Okay. And next is 1089. Ending with 9 is what number? Odd number. So once it is odd number, we have to check by 3. So what is the rule for checking by 3? Yes, you have to add the digits. So add them 1 plus 0 plus 8 plus 9. Add all the digits of this number. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Again add them. 1 plus 8 is 9. Look at this. Do you get this 9 in 3 tables? Yes, that means 1089 we can divide by 3. It is divisible by 3. So till 10 comes 3 tables. 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9 and your quotient is 3. After 9, 10. Remainder is 1. So what do? Put 1 with the next number. It becomes 18. Till 18 comes 3 tables. 3 6 are 18. Is there a remainder? 3 6 are 18. There is no remainder. So 6 is the quotient. Go to the next number. 3 3s are 9. Now 363 is what number again? Odd number ending with 3. So check by 3 tables. 3 plus 6, add them. 3 plus 6 plus 3. 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Add them again. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 comes in 3 tables. So we can divide 363 by 3 tables. So simple. 3 1s are 3. No remainder. Next number 3 2s are 6. No remainder. 3 1s are 3. And 121. Children, if you all are thorough with the square tables from 1 to 20, it is so easy to find this 121. It is 11 11s are 121. For that only I have been telling you all, please make yourself thorough with the square tables from 1 to 20. 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, up to 20 into 20, 400. So as soon as you see the number, we can find out it is 11 11s are 121. And what is 11? It is a prime number. We cannot divide by any other number. So stop the division. 1089 equal to 3 into 3 into 11 into 11. Now check whether it's a perfect square or not. Yes, for 3 into 3, we have 2, 3 and 2, 11. You should be able to group two factors of the same kind. 3 into 3. Two threes are there. Every factor should appear 2 times or even number of times or 4 times, 6 times. So 3 into 3. 11 into 11. They are square numbers. Same factors repeated twice. So therefore, what can we say? 1089 is a perfect square. So you got it? You understood how to check whether it's a perfect square or not? Do the prime factorization and check whether you got two same prime factors. If they have two same prime factors, then it's a then it is a perfect square. Otherwise, it is not a perfect square. Okay, children, I hope you all have got some idea about the prime factorization and how to find a perfect square number. Okay, rest of the sums we'll do it in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you all.